Hello. Hello. Pum 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 para para para. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another stream of Plane Shift. Okay. So, we are making progress on the voiceovers, and which is great. And we are adding more options. Now we just have to decide where to stop, right? Because in theory, there are so many NPC that we could voice over, right? There are so many. One thing that I wanted to try is to see exactly what happens, right, when I associate those files to Unreal, right? In Unreal to the dialogues, right? So, and I have to remember a second how to do it, because it's definitely some time that I'm not doing it. But I remember that there is a way where we can associate a sound to a response, right? And audio 1. I have to remember exactly how we do this, but we definitely have a way to associate on let me see. Hi. Exactly. So that is the one that I actually associated, and I just need to understand. Here it is. DT voiceovers. Okay. So we have a data table. Audio 1. But how do we know that that is audio 1, huh? Audio 1. So I think it's in the triggers, right? But I think it's in the triggers. And then in the responses. Da 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 da. ID1. Ah. Okay. Just 1 second, guys. I will be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, so actually we have two ways to do this, for what I understand. Now, do we have a description of this in... do we have a description of this? What is this? Ah, yes, when I was checking... let me see if I have a description of this. Voiceovers. I mean, for sure we have a voiceover page, right? Which is the same one that... But... I think that this one is not explaining... No. I don't know if in the quest script syntax. No, we don't. Okay, well then I guess the only way is to check 1 second the code and then maybe we document it, because we have two ways, right? So we can specify the audio file, as you can see here in the database, for each trigger. No, for each response. Yeah, for each response, right? And it is nice, and we will use it. But there is also a way to associate it to a quest line, right? And so basically, when we read from Quest Manager the quest lines, it should be possible to get some audio lines, but I don't know exactly. In theory, it should be like in this example, right? It should be on the line of the NPC response, right? At the end, like this one, audio one, right? So it should be in the NPC response. So after we are parsing, yeah, after, so I think that that is not here. It is more around this area. Yeah, that is the text response, right? That is the text response. And you see there is a file path. Exactly. Exactly. So where is that? I don't see it. Cut out parentheses. Cut out parentheses. Okay, so simply whatever is inside a parenthesis in a response of a quest is an audio file. Okay, maybe I would like to document this somehow. I don't know if we have an audio section. We don't. I think I can actually add it. We can say voiceovers audio, voiceover audio files, something like that. And voiceover audio file will be connected to a sub page. And we can say we have two ways to associate an audio file to an NPC response. So one through NPC response. I think we have the table, right? NPC responses. Audio 1 to 4, no, to 5 actually. NPC responses, we can link it to NPC response table. Exactly. This will associate the specific response to an audio ID, example audio 1, right? And 2 as part of the quest syntax by using parentheses, example. Pam, 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 pam. It's always good to document stuff, right? When we can. Because it's hard to then go back and understand, right? Later on all the time, but now documenting this a bit. Also, but I played an example. Then we have a data table, right? We have a data table. In our case, specifically, is this data table. So it's called DT voiceovers, right? Can copy the reference. We can say game audio data voiceover. Yeah. We have a data table which contains the ID and pointer to ID, like audio 1, okay? And the pointer to the actual Q asset. Pretty much that's it. I don't think there are other ways. So these are the two ways that we can do I don't understand what's going on. Huh? Did I click on preview? Yeah, probably click on preview. I don't know, I clicked on something weird. Okay. Okay, so the idea is that so do we want to make an example or do we want to do the real thing? No, I would like to do the real thing because I think we have all those audio and I just want to do the real thing. Yes. The problem is how do we split them? We split them by NPC name? Yeah, probably. So basically I create a new directory here and I call it Abelia. Anyway, the NPC names are unique, so I think it's fine. And then I take all the Abelia files. I take all the Abelia files and we put them in like easy. I don't know if I want to have the date, but do I want to have the date? Because there is the date in the file name, right? No, I don't want to have the date. Probably we don't even want to have final. The problem is that if I do that, if I have to redo it, then I have to do like Abelia, so I have to edit a lot of this thing, right? So it will take me a lot of time. I don't know if it's the greatest idea, right? So I have to take every file and rename it. I mean, it's not taking long, but we will have hundreds of these files, right? Literally hundreds. And so yeah, but I would say that the file name should be like this, right? So this is the proper file name. They take quite some space, so this will increase the size of our client significantly. I think it would be nice for me to understand maybe quest. I want to keep it separate, so I will probably keep quest. Abelia, and then the number of the quest. There is no number here. Abelia Quest is what? Let me check. Abelia Quest. Abelia Quest is 1132. Strange that I didn't put the... Okay, decided to do that. 1132. Yeah, but it is the final. It is the final one. Okay, so after now the volume seems to be already fairly good and normalized, right? It seems that the volume is fairly normalized.
I'm Abelia, and I help noob. My name is... Hello. I'm doing... Everything is... Welcome. Don't worry.
Ci sono alcuni... sorry, I was speaking Italian. There are some problems in the... in some of the audio files now that I see, because it's kind of annoying. There is this tick at the beginning, right, that we heard already a few times, and there is kind of a tick. Yeah. It actually happens. I mean, if not everywhere, but in many places.
I'm Abelia.
This case is not really audible, but in reality it's there. You see this this waveform, right? This waveform at the beginning, which is taking like 90% volume. It doesn't play here, but and by the way, is identical in all the or very similar in all the files. It is super annoying. Is it a kind of a marker that maybe is placed by the program or what? But it should not be, because this is a pure wave file, right? It is kind of annoying. I mean, I can cut it off. I mean, it's easy to cut it off, right? I can just do this and delete. But then I have to resave all the files, you know, and it's very, 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 very annoying. So I will have to browse, go here, select again, you know. I mean, it's GG, broski. Total GG. And also don't have to make a mistake, right? If I make a mistake, I override another one. We are done, right? So about you one. Like for example, this one doesn't have it, but this one does. I don't know why sometimes. How you won. Yeah, if I make a mistake here is we are losing the audio basically, because I didn't import it yet. I'm surprised that you cannot hear it.
Everything is good.
You cannot hear it in I was close to make the mistake. I mean, not all, but many have that. Okay, so this will
I'm a
fix it.
I'm a bit. My name is Hello. Hello. I'm doing very well, thank. Everything is good. Welcome. Don't worry. You are
Welcome. Welcome with a V. Welcome. I like that. It's very nice. Okay, when we have all the audio files, right, in good shape, then what we have to do, we have to create a queue files, and creating the queue, I think we can just create them with the same names. I think it's not a problem. But then for all this queue, we have to set at least the, but we can do it massively, right? Yeah. So we can avoid doing it here. We will do it massively with the property editor. Otherwise, we go completely crazy, right? It will take me so much. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a good point. So I will not do it now. We will continue to import, and then we will take all these ones and we will edit with the property matrix editor, right? So there is a possibility here to do a massive edit selection in property matrix, where you can basically set an attribute for multiple files at the same time, and we will use that, right? We will use that. Okay. Which is nice. We can anyway save them. I mean, saving them is not a problem. So these are all the voiceover for Abelia. So if you want to associate them into our voiceover file, right? What we have to do, we have to open content data DT voiceover, right? DT voiceover. There it is. No, DT. DT voiceover does not have an associated. It doesn't have an associated. It's kind of strange, huh? This one has not been imported. This one has not been imported. Yeah, no source file. Okay, so this one has not been. So we have to create it, basically. We have to create it. So we will create a new CSV file. And we will call it DT voiceovers. Right, and we will open the CSV with LibreOffice. And the only thing that we have to do, wow, the flashing. The only thing we have to do, we have to name the columns this way. So there should be a row name and there should be an audio, right? Right, and the row name is the key that we want to associate, right? And obviously the key must be unique. So the suggestion is that we use exactly the same nomenclature, right? So we get these files. I don't know if I can do it like automatically somehow. That would be kind of nice. Because now I have to basically retype, right, all the audio files names into this. I mean, I can copy paste them. Yes, that I can do. I mean, I can go here and say, but the point is that I need the full path. So I will have to basically copy. What happens if I copy reference of multiple files? Do you think he's copying the reference for all? That would be kind of nice. Yes, it does. This is good actually. I don't know if I want to have this script engine, right? It is a bit confusing. In a certain Unreal Engine release, they started to have the script engine in front. And I don't know exactly why. How it is called? Reference path? Or how it is called this thing? Copy reference. What the hell? It's just text, bro. Why you copy it as a... It's a fully qualified object path, which includes script engine, the class from the South Engine module, game the object reference path. Why this happen now? Recent version of U5. It's not always needed. So basically it's there, but it's not really needed. Okay. So if you want to optimize a bit our file, well, you will anyway. Okay, we can try without and see what happens. But in theory, the way I always did it was without this, right? Was without this. So basically, it was this. And now the problem, though, is how do we get the names, right? Because we will basically have to copy. It's not super simple, huh? I will have to copy this. But if I copy the file path, nah, this will be a mess. No, oh my god, I have to do them one by one. Bro, I go crazy. I need a way to do this automatically because it's too much, right? It's too much. Ah, there is one trick though. The trick is that these are actually files in these are actual uAsset files in our project. So if I go in the directory, I do yeah, that maybe is the easiest. Let me see. If I go under data, audio, no. If I go under audio, voiceover, NPC Abelia, right? So if we take a new prompt, because I'm trying to find a way to do it always, you know, the same and always kind of fast. So if I do this, the problem is that now there are the Q files. No. Can I exclude something or no? Come on, don't be annoying. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Can I exclude? Short name, control file, directly in the file system, parse point, read only, file only archiving, non-content index file, offline files, the same way, this lowercase, new long list of files, sort order, pauses after each, display one of file. Use while list form. No, it seems that I cannot exclude. Shit. No, because otherwise I could just I could just do a dir/b. No, it doesn't work anyway. It does not work anyway. Annoying. We can do it with Python. We can do a simple Python script, right? That just does that and gives me all the names. Because I would like to have the ID to be exactly the name of the U asset. We can generate a Python script. Our fantastic AI can generate Python script super easy. Super easy. I have a directory that contains these files, and I needed to extract the names without extension, excluding the underscore q files. Yeah, you see. Okay, well, that was kind of funny. Yes, but the file list should be taken from the current directory. Exactly. Let me see what it's doing. Files, filter and process. OS path splitter for file if ends with uasset and not ends with QUasset. Output result name, print name. Yeah, but I think that here you are not excluding the uasset at the end. Yes, because probably I didn't tell him actually. Probably because I didn't tell him, my boys. But it's pretty good. It's doing pretty much what we want. Let me try. I think I can put it under what? Under MPC. I think I can put it under scripts, which is probably better. I think the best would be not only if he generates that, but if he also generates the path automatically. If we could generate, you know, I think we can probably generate the whole CSV file this way. You can generate the whole CSV file because these files are anyway. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I think we can do it because anyway the directories are the same, right? So the resulting name should be without extension. Well, maybe it does it already. I don't know. Let me see. Maybe he does it already and I'm not trusting him enough, right? Maybe I'm just not trusting him enough. Extract names. Well, let me call it extract CSV. Extract voiceover CSV. .pi. Okay. Ah, it does it already. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, now we will ask him to do a bit more than that, right? Because I think we can generate automatically the second part, right? Because the second part needs to be... Now, how does he know though? Well, he can actually go inside this NPC directory, right? Exactly. I think he can do it. I believe he can do it. Okay. This should now produce a CSV file with the file names as above in the first column, and this and the reference path in the second column. The reference path is example this. Do you think he can do it? I think he can do it, I believe. I think I can do it. I believe he can do it. I believe he can do it. I believe. Hello, Gluten. Hey. Yes, he's actually doing it. Name a reference path. Okay, it's actually doing it. So I think we can have this generated automatically for us. But I would say that we can go one step further, right? So the two heading should be called. So we can say great, it works. Now few modifications. The starting directory will always be voiceover and PC. Now let's say I will launch the command from this directory. The program should scan all the subdirectories and extract the file names as above and their path and their reference path. Do you think he can do it? Do you think he can do it, boys? Do you think he can do it? Okay, so now we will trust him 100%, right? We will trust him 100%, and we will go and execute from this directory, right? We will execute it from this. Now, I don't know if I call Python here, if it's executed here, or if it's executed. But anyway, I will move the file. Let's move the file. Let's move the file up one, right? Okay. So now the file is actually here. Wow. Okay, he fucked up, obviously. But he didn't fuck up by much, though. Oh no, he did not fuck up. No, he did not fuck up. He did it correctly. Oh my god. That's insane. Yeah, he did it correctly. He did it correctly. So this could be a good workflow, right? So what I do, I import the file, I rename them as I wish. I call this thing that is normalizing the only thing that I have to do, I have to change the what? I have to change the first two row names. Yeah, exactly, because this one will be row name, and this will be audio, right? Is what we said. This will be audio. Yeah, row name and audio. Okay. So if I execute this again, right? And then I ask Unreal to import this thing. Right. Do you think it will work? I think it will. I think incredibly enough it will. Hello, push button. Hey, you're becoming a regular here. That's nice. It seemed that he actually worked and he actually pointed to the proper files without any problem. Nice. So we can do all this automatically. Wow. Wow. And someone says the AI is not good. Just save me like 1 hour of life. 1 hour of life. Maybe even 1 hour and a half. No, 1 hour. No, I think the Python script was kind of easy. But anyway, I mean, I'm not very well versed in Python. I mean, I can read it, but writing it is another thing. Doesn't come natural to me. So, okay, so now that we have this, right? We want to associate. Yeah, the problem is that we also have to generate the SQL script, right? Because I will have to update for yeah, that one unfortunately cannot be done automatically. I mean, I could generate the SQL update line, but do we want to? How is the AI voice hunt going? It's going super good. We bought this service, which is Resemble AI, and we are using it a lot. I already generated like 10 different voices, and I'm putting now in game some of them just to test how the workflow will work, but it's going very well. I think the AI voice generation is super powerful. And I also found the other accents, right? So at the beginning he was not speaking French. Then after I asked a few times, the AI started to speak French. So started to have the French accent. So now we have a very good French accent. So it's good. The Spanish is still not great, but we can maybe work more on that and see. Meanwhile, I did also some small updates to the text, and so it's proceeding well. Now, I'm thinking, how do we associate this in an easy way, right, to the database? I mean, the easiest way is probably there is no really easy way, unfortunately, because the easiest way is to go the easiest way I'm trying to find, since I will have to repeat this hundreds of times, I'm trying to find the shortest possible path, right? So that when we do it, we always do it the same, but we do it quick, or at least the quickest. So in theory I could go here, I could go under specific KA, I could click, yeah, but I have to click each of them, yeah, I have to click each of them. And then for each I have to say audio path, right? And audio path will be the name of our and then of our and then I will have to, yeah, so is kind of long. It's kind of long. I haven't touched database in SQL in the early 2000s. Well, it's pretty much the same. You didn't miss much because the SQL syntax really didn't change. I mean, maybe the management tools changed a bit, but the SQL syntax pretty much is that. My problem is that this step is gonna take me forever, and I need to understand how to make it faster. 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 Hey, I mean, we can do some. We can make some assumptions, right? So, for example, that the last part is always, but it's not true because sometimes we have split it into pieces. It's not very easy. I think I have to do it manually. Unfortunately. So manually means that I open greetings, I go to my file that at that point is generated, I click on, for example, hi, right? I copy this, I put it here, I save, I copy the SQL update. Yeah, but that's too long, boys. That is too long. That is too long. Because we will have to do it for hundreds of these things, right? And I mean, I think if we keep a good nomenclature, right, we could automatize some of this. So, for example, this update, right? If you analyze this update, right? If you analyze this update, what is this update doing? This update is doing update NPC responses, set, and then we don't need any of this. The only thing that we need is audio path, right? Audio path 1. So if there is only one file, is automatically audio path 1, and it needs to have the name of the first column. The problem is, how do we find the trigger ID? Because I will have to say, I think this part is easy to generate, right? This part is easy. But the one that is hard is this one. Because I will have to filter by I will have to say where area equal to abelia and trigger equal to greetings. I think if I do it this way, we could automatically generate this as well. Do you think it may work? We will have to be careful, but yeah, but I think that the area will always work because the name of the NPC is the unique name. But it may have the last name in. No, if it has the last name in, we are fucked. No, he has the last name in. I cannot believe it. No, wait. It's not the right database. It's not the right database. It is? No, maybe it is. No, it's not. NPC triggers. NPC triggers. Please. Don't have the last name. Ah, they have the last name. Ah, they have the last name. Fuck. Yep, here's the last name. So we cannot go by area as well. Ay. Well, I can do a replacement, but then it starts to be anyway hard. I mean, I can do a replacement, but I don't know if because then I will have to do it also in production. So I need the script, right? Okay, let's try. I need anyway a kind of a script, otherwise it would take me too much. So okay, now we need a third column. A third column with this syntax. Update NPC responses, set audio path equal to audio path 1 equal to abelia high, where area equal to abelia and trigger equal to greetings. So abelia in this line, abelia high is the value we have in the first column. Area is the value we have in the first column. Stripping anything after this sign, and trigger. No, let me say differently. In this line, otherwise it doesn't understand. Audio path 1 is the value we have in the first column. Area is the value we have. Area is the value we have in the first column. Strip anything in the sign, and trigger is the. And trigger is the last. Is the value we have in the first column. Stripping anything before the last. Bro, if it does it, I think it will, but okay, I think it does. I think it did it. I think it did it, bro. I think it did it. I think it did it. Which is insane, by the way. Which is absolutely insane. I think it did it, my friends. It did it. It did it, bro. Okay, so now we have... so basically now we have the update, right? as well. Unfortunately, for some of those is actually wrong. And the reason is that, for example, for the quest, we have to do it differently, right? Or when you have audio path 1 and when you have like about you 1, about you 2, these are two different audio paths, but I don't know, maybe it's too much work, because I still need to, then, I mean, what I have to do now, right, to have this actually work, I have to copy this. And by the way, it's only for these lines. I have to copy this, and I mean, it's better than nothing. At least we start from something, right? So I think it's better than not having it, but definitely is not, because what we will have to do, we will have to do this, right? We will have to replace all of this with full name, which is actually this. We can also do another trick though. We can do another trick. What if we say where area like, and then we do Abelia? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely is the way you should do it, so I don't have to do any substitution. We will say where area like, and then percent. No. And then percent. Yeah, so if you do it this way, I think that it will be, well, maybe not super correct, but yes, apart from these two, which actually are. So if I launch this query, right, U1, U2, about you, well, yes and no. I mean, anyway, it's a good starting point, right? Because I now the changes that I have to do are relatively small. So I will have to do this. I will have to do this. And say path number 2. Then I will have to say, unfortunately, hi is greeting, so I think we have to rename our files so that they are properly set. And then we have these two about you, right? No, how are you? But I think that this is way shorter, right, than if I had to do it manually. And the quest, unfortunately, I have to do manually because I have to change the script. So if I run this now, the only problem is that then if I regenerate it, this part will be fucked up. Yeah, it will be. So if I run this script in my prod, let me see what happens. Oh fuck, area is no, what do you mean? Huh? Why? Okay, it needs this at the end. I don't know why. Yeah, it needs this at the end. Now I added it. Now I added it. But why it doesn't like area? I don't understand. I mean, area is definitely there. where area like Abelia and the trigger equal to greetings. I don't understand what is the problem. What is the problem? Is that the area needs to be escaped or what? Because area is a keyword or something? Ah, it's not called area. No, it's area. NPC. Ah, fuck. Because we're in responses. No. Okay, I know, I understand. We are not in NPC triggers, we are in NPC responses. And NPC responses as the trigger ID as an ID and not as an area. Oh, we are fucked. Completely fucked. No, we are completely fucked. We cannot do this automatically. No, it's so annoying. Ah, PT. No. Yeah, because actually there are two tables. And the audio is inside. Oh, super annoying. So there is no way to know. No, there is no way to know. The only way to know is to query the trigger ID on. I mean, we can do update NSP responses where. Wait a second, let me try something a bit different. If we do update NSP responses, set audio path Abelia blah blah blah, where trigger ID equal to select ID from NPC triggers where area like Abelia and trigger ID equal about you. I mean, this should return only one value, right? So in theory this may work. No? You have an error. Near trigger. Select update set where trigger ID equal to select ID for NPC trigger, where area like Abelia and trigger, yes. Trig NPC responses, no? I don't know, wait. NPC responses. No, NPC 3. Fuck, wait a second. Where select ID. So let me try to do this first. What he doesn't like. NPC triggers. Ah, because it's called trigger text. It's called trigger underscore text. Okay. So trigger text. Bam bam bam. He did it. Okay, so if he did it, let me see if he's correct now. So if I go in PC responses and I search and I search what? And I search Abelia greetings trigger ID. This was what? This was about you. It was 4717. 48, whatever, that number. Trigger ID equal to this. It didn't do anything. Why? Why it didn't do it? Huh? It should have put the value here, right? a second. Select ID. So this one should return 4817, and in fact it does. Should I do in or should I do... Hello, Funner. Set audio path 1. Why it didn't work? He said one row affected. He said one row affected. About you. Am I looking at the right database? I would say yes. About you. Huh? I don't understand how it's possible that it's not showing the value. Must be here in audio path 1, right? This one. I don't understand. One row affected. Bro, okay, I put the like, but I mean I put the in, but I would like to avoid putting the in actually. No, it doesn't do it anyway. What I'm doing wrong, guys, there is something that I'm doing wrong. Or there is the wrong database, but it's impossible. It's PlaneShift Prod 2, right? NPC responses. I'm updating NPC responses in the same PlaneShift Prod 2. I'm setting the audio path to this value where the trigger ID is equal to 4817, which is this one, right? So if I do the same manually, I mean, I can do the same manually. So if I do where trigger ID equal to 4817, right? If I do this and I execute it, one row affected, right? Now I refresh, this should change, no? Why doesn't change? No! Why doesn't change? Why doesn't change? Why doesn't change? PlaneShift Prod 2. Audio path 1. It's called audio path 1 in NPC responses. Ah, because it's in another server. Oh shit! That is not the right. Okay, this is my Linux laptop. Okay. We were just looking at the wrong database. But I tell you that here it will work. We were just looking at the wrong database. Ah, okay, here it worked. Okay, so that thing actually works, right? So if you do it this way, I mean, there are some assumptions, right? So we may fuck up some, but I don't think so. I don't think we will fuck up anything. Does it work also if I do equal or not? Because I would prefer doing equal for the reason that if we get multiple values, I will only get one value. Yeah, it seems to work anyway. Okay, fantastic. It also works with equal. Okay, very nice. Okay, so there is kind of a middle ground. I think we can survive this. It's not the best, but I think it's survivable. Basically, I have to change this line. Path 1 base name. I think it would be nice if we remove any numbers from this, because Base name split, base name split. I mean, I can remove them. I can remove the number manually because I don't know how we can understand if there is a number here or not. So that's the problem. But and the trigger text, right? Okay. So basically this needs to go now inside of this, right? Now I will lose my changes if I regenerate it, but it's fine. So we lost our changes. Right, so we lost them, but it's fine. We so the worker will have to, so all this will be created automatically, right? I was just gonna say it in the right server, yeah. Yeah, because we have too many servers here, so there was the Linux machine. So what I will have to do manually would be just to say trigger text. But here it fucked up though. Wait, why fucked up? It fucked up a bit because the last no, there is an error. There is a mistake because there is a mistake. Base name split -1. It's this. Yeah, it's not -1. It's actually 1. Because it needs to go. Yeah, let's try like this. And no, I need from that point on. I need from that point on. So the split is not correct because the trigger is not correct. The trigger. Basically, this line of code, I need to extract the string from the first to the end of the string. In which, and now what it's doing is just, yeah, exactly. So you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. What the hell? This looks weird, but I assume it's okay. What it's doing here is doing trigger base name split 1 if underscore in base name else base name. I don't think that is correct. What? Do you think it's correct? Actually it is. Okay, nice. It is correct. Okay, so if it is correct, basically what I will have to do manually every time, I will have to go here and say that the thing is about you, and that in this case, since it's the second, I have Pat 2. This one I will have to rename it to greetings, but I think if we keep the file name proper, it will be greetings. And then I will have to do the same here, where this one it becomes Pat 2. Now, so in 20 seconds, right? In 20 seconds after the generation, I have my script. I can go here, run the script. Okay, run, and then I can. The problem is how to check it, because now it's inside the structure based on triggers, right? I think the only way for us to actually check it is in game. So I will have to test. Okay, let's try 1 second. So if we want to test that, if I want to test that, what do I have to do? I have first of all to use the production database. I need my NPC loaded, but I only want one NPC loaded. I only want Abelia. And Abelia is NPC number 7. Okay. Okay. So if I restart my server now, I will also show you something that I did, which I think is beneficial to the voiceovers, because these voiceovers are used when you speak with the NPC with free text and for the quest. Now, a lot of people are not using free text at all because they don't even understand. I mean, they don't understand exactly how it works and they don't care, right? But now I added a small question mark icon that I think can help them to realize that they can do something with it. And so they will press there and they will get at least the 3 basic answers on. Server may take a bit more because it's parsing all the quests and it's parsing, yeah. We are loading, I can put this to false. Quest we need. Random events at the moment we don't need, but it's only one, super quick. Ouch. I think it crashed. I think there was an error somewhere. I think the server crashed, I don't know why. I saw an error and no, it's not this error. It's none of these errors, which are just cannot find quest Elzana acting while loading prerequisite script. Cannot find quest Telzana acting while loading prerequisite script. I didn't change any of that. Huh? Acting. Telzana acting, yes, is a prerequisite to... Yeah, but it doesn't exist, bro. Why? Is the No, it's impossible. Wait a second. It's called the Telzana Professions. What the fuck? That's impossible. Uh-oh. What happened? So we have a misalignment in the database. We have a misalignment in the database between this prerequisite and the problem is that I didn't change that, right? I didn't change that. Did I delete a quest? I don't think I deleted a quest. No, I didn't at all. So why now? Why now? Huh? I mean, I know how to fix it, but I don't understand why now we have this error. Because this quest has been renamed from Telzana Acting to Telzana Professions, because now she's telling you about the different professions in the game. But I see that as a prerequisite, there is a quest that still has the previous. Now, the only thing that I did, I actually saved, yeah, because I saved it myself, for sure. I saved this file. Because I changed one voice line, right? I changed one. No, probably I did. I didn't even do that. I need to understand what happened because I need to understand what happened. Basically, we have a misalignment of one quest prerequisite where it seems that one quest has been renamed. Well, I can check it on mine. Yeah, but on mine I get the same error actually. On mine I get exactly the same error. Maybe in production has not been renamed. No, it has been renamed because acting. We have no quest named acting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We have a problem. We definitely have a problem. So, or someone else changed it now, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. What the fuck? I mean, I can take a backup, right? But on my machine, right? On my machine, for sure, I didn't change it, right? So my machine is the same, right? So on my machine, if I look at quest, right, and I search where name like acting, in theory is empty, right? Yeah, is empty. While if I search professions, there is this one, right? And if I search exit, no, if I search farewell, yes, the prerequisite. Yeah, you see that the prerequisite is saying Telzana acting. What the fuck? I don't understand. It is impossible. It is absolutely impossible. No. I have a backup 2023 by, I mean, just to check, but I think it will be exactly the same. So there is something that I don't understand. We have a hole in the matrix, boys. There is something that is actually impossible. Also because it's on multiple backups, and being on multiple backups is kind of strange, right? So Xenac Farewell, right? Is saying Telzana acting, right? So he has a quest prerequisite. If this quest doesn't exist, right, he will obviously bail out. Telzana acting. In the same, exactly. If I search acting, wait. In 2023, actually, it was still called like this. In 2023, it was called like that. But now it's no more called like that. So it was actually changed. I have a backup of March. I can do the same check. But they were consistent, right? Because there was called acting in both sides, so there is a backup of March, and here is saying acting, and acting is not here. So basically, yeah. So in March it was already broken. So now the question is, how it is possible that our server starts if do you think it's just dropping? Maybe the error that is stopping the server is actually not this one. Maybe the error that is stopping the server is something else, but we just saw that error because yeah, that could be the answer. So probably that error is there, but it's not fatal, right? So it's just skipping the prerequisite. Because oh yes, exactly. Oh yes. Oh yes. So we discovered an error. There was a silent error. So it was throwing an error, but okay. So what do we have to change? We have to change this. It's called Telzana Professions, right? Okay, it's good. We found a silent error. So basically, it was actually erroring out, but we didn't know because it was not a critical one. My fur looks on point today. Thank you. It took me like about half an hour this morning to lick it. To lick it a bit. And to make it perfect. Okay, so this error is not... So the error that we get in production is different. Is this one because we don't have the city info table. So... It's just that we didn't mirror the CT tables. We didn't mirror the CT tables in our prod copy. Which makes sense. Which, by the way... CT management. CT management stuff from scratch. Cleaning. Quick restart. Did we even create a file for city management? So yeah, the answer is that we are now launching production data on my machine since the change of the cities. I don't think we have that. PS Unreal schema. No, we have to create it. We have to create it. So we will create. This is something that anyway we had to do, right? So that's fine. Is anyway something we had to do. Okay, so inside city we have to. I think this is fairly stable at the moment. So our city management is fairly stable. Is all these tables. So I basically need to copy the DDL. Now I don't know if we can do it multi-table. Yes, you can. Fantastic, bro. You can do it multi-table. So the only problem is that he has this plane shift in front that we don't want. Okay. And now we can execute this update schema in our thingy. Okay, so if we source this thing, right? Shit. Yeah, I did it under our database. Okay. So now in theory it should start. Now let me also change on my side. Let me also change on my side that quest prerequisite, right? So that we see if we have any other error. Yeah, but it looks like, yes, it's not, that error is a silent error, so actually it's not picking it up. Fine. Okay. We start it again and we go back to what we were doing. Bum, 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 bum. That's Warhammer 40k. Pom, 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 pom. I mean, since I was here, I could have set also the quest one, right? The quest one, we basically have to do this and set it on one particular quest, which is a Abelia quest, Abelia Welcome. Exactly, which is 1132. 1132. So this unfortunately will have to be done manually, because we have to change this script, which is already insanely long, but I will have to put a parenthesis like this and say quest Abelia 1132, and that will point to our now one problem that we will have for sure one problem we will have for sure is that the audio file is all together, right? So it's one audio file, but in the UI usually we split it by paragraph, by phrase. So if there is a phrase that ends with a dot or with a question mark, we actually split it. So you have to click through to actually read it all. But the audio is a single file. So you will basically listen to everything while you will read pieces of it. And that may be kind of annoying, but I don't think I have an easy way to fix that. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think I have an easy way. Bum bum bum. Ah, the password is another one, yeah. I mean the user. Okay, so we can connect with who? We can connect with a character that for sure does not have that quest, right? So that's the only requirement, right? And then we have to teleport to Abelia. But Abelia is in an impossible place. She's probably falling as well, so we will teleport just to the main city. Here. Main city is kind of a big level, so it's taking a bit to load up. Okay. Okay, and here is Abelia, right? So there is the character that we have scripted. So now, now, I will speak, and I will say hi. Why did this double? No idea.
Hello, and welcome to the outpost. I'm glad you made it through the labyrinth.
It worked!
You're safe here. Kind of. Ask me anything. I will try to help.
So the difference is that, yeah, this phrase is old because this is not the updated database, right? So actually I have to probably take a copy from production, but there is a copy of production, but it's a bit old, and this phrase has been changed. But she actually answered, right? She actually answered. So if I go, tell me about you.
I'm Abelia, and I help newcomers to find their way. I'm a Diaboli, a charming race.
It works. Fantastic. Yeah, the text is not the same because I changed it, okay? So, but it's fine. How are you today? Ah. How are you? How are you? She doesn't answer. How are you? She doesn't answer. Okay, let's see the ones that we catch, right? Yeah, because now the problem is, I mean, to understand why. Wait, let me try the quest. The quest seems not working. I mean, the quest audio seems not working. So the high. So some worked, some didn't, right? So it's a bit of a mixed result at the moment. But the problem, so yeah, the issue is how the hell do we go and test all of this, right? Because it's gonna take more time to test than. So actually here she has two different lines of about you, right? So she can answer differently.
I'm Abelia, and I help newcomers to find their way.
There is this first one. But if we do the same again, maybe we get the second line, right?
I'm Abelia, and I help newcomers to find their way. I'm a Diaboli, a charming race.
It's a bit strange that we never get the second, but it's randomized, so we may just be unlucky. The number two. Yeah, the number two didn't work. So it means that the second association is not working. So I don't know if it's the code that is not working, or if it is the. So let me try where area like Abelia, right? So what we said about you. About you is 4817, like we have checked already. And if I go here and I say 4817 and I refresh, I should have two audio. I only have one. Okay, so that's the mistake. That's the mistake. So in our text, we fucked up something, right? Let me see. Audio path 2. Well, in theory, it's correct. Why didn't do it? Maybe we didn't execute them all. Maybe we didn't execute them all. Yeah, that's a possibility actually. That's actually a possibility. Now it seems we did. Seems that we did. Is again the wrong machine? No, because it is localhost. This is localhost. Wait a second, because I think it's localhost, but then maybe it's not. I don't know. Let me reopen here 1 second so we are sure that we are on the right machine, because new query console, right? Go. Okay. Bro, it's not updating this audio path 2. Why? Is it updating audio path 1 at least? No, not even. So it's for sure the wrong machine. It's for sure the wrong machine. Plane shift prod 2. Plane shift prod 2. Yes, but on which machine? Localhost? Huh? Localhost. This is also localhost. Um... I'm a bit confused of why. You know what? I think I will do this because I'm starting to be annoyed by this additional 0 rows matched. What do you mean 0 rows matched? 0 rows matched. You cannot find. You cannot find select. Because it doesn't have the underscore. Fuck. Because it doesn't have the underscore. No. No. Okay, so that's why. So I did it manually. So that one was the manual one that worked. Okay. Yeah. So that is because of that. So now we will replace it with space. Yeah, this is why it's not finding it, right? But it's fine. I don't know why it's not finding the one with the one in the quest though. That's interesting. This is something we need to test. Okay. Okay, now it did it. I don't know if I can just reload the NPC and it will work. That would be very nice. Let me see if I can kill NPC reload. Teleport Abelia me. Let's see if she now has... this skin is super dark, by the way. This skin is... I mean, I understand that we do it by purpose, but it's so dark that, I mean, at the moment it's like midday, right? It's super, super bright, and her skin is nearly invisible. But anyway. It is for another day, not for now. So we said about you, right?
I'm Abelia, and I help newcomers to find their way. I'm a Diaboli, a charming race.
Let's see if we get the second one. Yes, we got it, but the audio is not automatically loaded. So it means that the trigger script, so she's reloaded, but the trigger script didn't. So now the other thing I want to understand is why I think this one, the quest, right? Because the quest also didn't work, but the quest we did it manually, so in theory it should have worked, but So what we did, we manually added to this line. I don't know why this thing must be so small. Okay. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, slightly back then. We basically added to this line. Exactly. We added at the end quest Abelia 1132, right? And we saved it. Now, unfortunately, Ah, because it's in the short range. I put it in the wrong place, that's why. Because she also has an additional short range at the beginning. Okay, let me redo it then. Let me redo it. Okay, now it's so big that I cannot. This editor here in the I don't know why this thing cannot pop up, right? Would be so nice to have open in value editor. Why it cannot pop up, right? Value. It is unusable. It is completely unusable. Anyway, yeah, I put it in the short range actually. So in theory, it may work if I... Wait, let me try the short range. No? No. No. Seems it doesn't. But anyway, the point is that we don't want it in the short range, right? We want it in the first here. Okay, let me restart the server and see what happens. So basically what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to test every voiceover at least of one NPC and see if the workflow that we created is good or not. At the moment, some works, some doesn't, but just because I had some error in the generation here, right? And then we will have to put this into a SQL file and then load it into production. The problem would be testing this thing. Testing this thing would be insane. The next thing I want to do, I mean, we should do is like lip syncing. So having the NPC actually move the mouth properly with the text, but that is not super easy. I mean, the technology is there, but our characters are not ready for it because they have a very simple mouth and they don't have all the bones that are required to okay, should be loaded in. The volume is a bit low, but I think it's low because the default is 75%. I don't know exactly why. And also we didn't change the mixer. So there are a few more things to do basically, but can fuck, now I have the quest started. Okay, let's try the about you.
My name is Abelia, and I'm here to help your first steps in our mysterious world.
Yes, this one is the second one, so you actually got the second one properly now.
Everything is good. I like this outpost. is remote but very well defended and probably safer than other places. I'm doing very well, thanks. My work here is to help newcomers to get started. We get more and more people these days.
Okay, it works. So we tested 4 plus 5. So 5 are working. And now we only have the quest, but the quest is just because I didn't properly... because now we have the quest started, right? And there is no way... There is no way to discard the quest. I have to... At the moment, the only way is to delete it from the database, right? What I'm thinking is that it would be nice to do the first 2 lines, like the line to start the quest, and then the first one after the start. But maybe we can expand it in the future, right? I mean, in theory, it would be nice to have everything voiced over, but... I mean, we can have the most relevant one. I don't know. I mean, from nothing to something is already good, right? It's already good. Okay, so my character is this guy that is named what? His name Mozanei. Which is this nice number. And so now we will go here and we will delete all his quests. What? Ah, yes, because that quest automatically creates all the sub steps as open. So we will disconnect, delete all of this, and reconnect. It should be enough to simulate like a new player starting the quest, right? Because now we got the quest. The only thing we want to hear the voice when she speaks on the first line of the quest. I think there is a bit of cleanup to do also on the quest triggers, because I see that there are some quests that are still, mainly these ones that were the first quest that we designed. They have a lot of triggers, and we can clean up some. Maybe I will. I don't understand why I'm saying 2 lines, right? That is a bit weird. Like these 2 lines, it is actually a bit weird. I think they are exactly the same answer, because from the quest point of view, right? From the quest point of view, you have, I mean, true, you have a short range, right? But then you have only this, right? This one menu line. I don't know if all these things that we have here are messing up, right? It is possible. I can test it later. But anyway, for now, let's just click 1, and she should start to speak.
Welcome. Don't worry. You are safe now. I know you traveled through magic portal, like many do to reach our world. Ilyakum. This fortification is the first civilized area within the stone labyrinths, a complex set of tunnels and caves no one fully explored yet. I'm glad you made it, but food is scarce and danger always present, so you need to prove your worth to be trusted and go further.
I think it's cool. I like it. I like the fact that she's speaking a bit. I think it would be nice if the character would be a bit more lively when speaking. So like moving the hands or looking around or doing something, right? At the moment it's not. But mainly when she's speaking, it would make sense if we play some animations to to have the character look slightly more lively, right? But it's fine. I mean, it's fine. We can do it. And obviously the rest of the quest is not voiceover. So if you select any item here, I don't know why they are all double though. That is very strange. Why I get 2 entries here? Should I check it? It's very strange. I don't know if it's because it's the first NPC. I'm trying to understand what it can be. The why is always double here? If I did something, if I broke something here in the dialogue, or because they are all double. It's true that there's only one line, and is but so whatever you click, I guess it works. But I just wanted to see if by any chance, yeah, like here that we have multiple answers, right? Here we have multiple answers, they are not repeated. So it looks like they are repeated only when there is only one available. But it's very strange though, how that happens. So like there is a for loop with a wrong sequence or something. I can check. I mean, here we are in the window. This is the window, right? And this is the window where we speak with the NPC. And there is a function where we receive the data. I don't know if it's inside of this though. Set up for new NPC. Set up player bubbles. Yeah, I think it's here. Dialogue menu message, right? So this one is the array with all the responses that you can provide. So here we have a for each loop. Let me see if we didn't do anything stupid, but in theory here we enter with one array only, right? And here we create one chat bubble for each of those responses, right? Ah, because now we have 2 possible. Okay, I have an idea of what it could generate it, but no. In reality, no, because we only have one. We only have one answer here. You cannot say anything else than. There are no multiple options here. That is an interesting bug. So we create a chat bubble, right? We set up the bubble, we add it as a child. And what do we do here? We do self chat bubble reference target. Yes, because we are setting inside the bubble, we are setting a reference to the current window, to this window, right? Yeah, but as you can see, we do add child only once, right? So that is that's kind of weird, actually. I think I want to debug this and understand why it happens. I would like to see if we are going through this twice or not, because I don't understand what is the problem, right? So quest name, menu text, trigger text. So in theory we want to see the trigger text. No, the menu text. Well, I think both, but so quest button. Let's print out the menu text and then the trigger text. I want to understand if this is actually coming double from the server or what. Because we had in the past, we had some additional reasoning like, oh, if the NPC is hostile to you, then is giving another answer, right? So I don't know if maybe there are multiple answers. But I don't know. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's see now. I added the debug, so we will see if it goes through that 2 times or 1 time or how many times, right? Fuck. I did the opposite of what I had to do. And then I think I have to go because tomorrow I have to wake up early, and so okay. Is there any duplication in this one or not? Yeah, like, okay, I'm ready to proceed is listed twice. So everything is listed twice, actually. So let me see in the debug, right? Because now we have the debug. Are there gods in these lands? 1132. Yeah, it's actually sent twice, boys. It's actually sent twice. It is very strange. It may be due to changes that I did recently, right? Because I did some changes to it, so we have to see why. But it seems that yes, we are getting in the setup NPC bubbles, right? In this dialog menu message, we are getting things twice. So So I don't know if we are not cleaning it up properly or what, but definitely dialog menu message. Someone is actually filling this in. It's probably when we receive the in-player controller, right? Exactly. In-player controller. Is window visible? Receive dialog menu on client. Chat NPC bubble var. Okay, this is a good one, right? Because this is so this should be sent only once. We can see it in the client log. And then if not, we will debug it server side and we will see. But at the moment, it seems that our array is actually duplicated. NPC chat bubble var. Going invisible, do nothing. NPC chat bubble var. I mean, it happens at least twice. Well, it happens. This is all the times that I spoke with the NPC opening the window. No, but it's not my. Wait. No, it is not the right file. It's this one. It's actually happening twice in a very short period of time, right? It's happening twice at 100 millisecond difference, right? It's happening twice. But one is saying going invisible, do nothing. And here we are show window and here we have this list. Yeah, but definitely this is duplicated, bro. This is definitely duplicated. I mean, or we set, but it is a set, it's not an add, right? So it's already strange that this is received twice, right? That is already a bit weird. But it seems that this dialog message coming from the server is actually sending duplicate data, right? And I don't understand how that is possible. And again, it could be receive dialog menu message, right? Send dialog menu message delayed. Menu. Yeah, so this is trigger. Isn't anybody? If menu responses. There is an if else, so this one will be, right, executed only once. There is no way. So it seems that whatever this menu stuff contains double elements, right? This menu stuff here. And why? I'm very curious to understand why. So how it is possible that this is double? Now, as I said, we had a reasoning on the factions, and I don't know if there are, maybe we are sending 2 different faction values. It seems that here we are entering with okay, I will debug it. I mean, it's a bit late now, but I will debug it. I'm too curious, so I'm too curious to see this anyway. So I think there is something new. So there is something new. So it must have to do with some of the changes that I did recently. I don't think it's related to the dialogue per se, to the voiceovers per se, but I think it's related to some of the changes that I did because it's very strange that this happens, right? I mean, if we had double dialogues in game, players would have told us already. Okay, we're launching it in debug mode. And we will debug when we enter into this show menu, where actually the triggers are already predefined. So they are loaded inside this NPC dialog. So we will see already, when we arrive here, we will see already if this is double, right? And if it's double, it means that it's something happening before this. Because these triggers are collected definitely before the show menu. Yeah, I think it is starting. In debug mode. Everything is lower. Still loading. It's still loading very, very, very slowly. I did some changes to the scripting, but I don't think specifically to the quest, so I'm surprised that that is double. Okay, let's say this triggers, right? So this triggers variable is the one. Oh my god. Yeah, it's double. Now, the fact that it's double. Let it go 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double.
1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1 second, because I want to see which ones are really double. 1
Let's take for example, okay, I'm ready to proceed, which is probably the one that is really making the quest proceed, right? Okay, I'm ready to proceed. So there is one here and one here. So what difference those two have? Do they have a faction score or something? Trigger ID 24. Trigger ID 48. Suggestions to do. Suggestions to do. Why they have a different trigger ID? Trigger ID 48. Trigger ID 24. Quest 1123 blah blah blah. Well, this is the quest pointer, and this is the prerequisite pointer, right? But you're welcome, step 20. This is probably identical. The prerequisite may even point to the same, let me see, it's 36,600. Nope. Yeah, 36. 36, DC 36. DC 36. Yeah, it's pointing, the prerequisite is pointing to the same prerequisite. But the trigger is the same, but the trigger ID actually is different. So one is 48, one is 24. So it's really considering this to be two separate triggers, even if the trigger text is the same, right? That is very suspicious. It is very suspicious. So we come from here, right? And here is exactly the same. So everything is duplicated. And there are some that are even, you know, more duplicated. Look at this. So what about the octal-key? I mean, here we have 32, 33, right? 34 triggers. So in theory, if the trigger text is the same, you should never generate another trigger, right? But it does. It does. Now, where are these freaking triggers coming from? Unfortunately, I have to go. Fortunately, I have to go, but it will be important to understand what happens here, because I mean, this is inside PS character, right? So load specific triggers. I would like to have a trigger add, right? I would like to have a triggers, because triggers is what? It's just an array, right? An array of dialog menu. Yeah, exactly. So who is doing triggers.add? Who is doing it? Plane shift game mode? Oh wow. Ah no, it's just a test. Triggers.add seems that no one is doing it. Interesting. What? Probably because we assign it. Probably we do a triggers equal to something. Yeah, exactly. Or we pass it, right? Or we pass it like this, yeah. We pass it to load triggers, but loading triggers. Okay, guys, I need to go. But we have to understand why this happens, because it's not normal. It's not normal. It seems that we are loading more than what we should, and we have multiple triggers which are showing multiple responses on the client side. It never happened, so this must be something that I did recently. I just need to get back and understand what I did, right? But and if it has an impact with the changes. Okay guys, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. If you want to click on follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, that's very nice. And also remember, our game is released, so if you want to play it, you can just go to our website, click on download now and play it. Bye bye, see you, bye.